First kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make it early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive change of direction in the true essence of Reggie Bush. From JT and ZT to DVP and AVG. Terminator to a quarterback, Hunter JP. Steve Ross, the boss, King Flow, and card slinging, gambling genius, slick Chris Greer.
Good morning to all you Dolphin fans out there across the globe. I'm Rob Mosley, aka Dolphins Thirsty. I am, as always, going to be joined by Justin, JPF Scout. But as you can see there on the banner, Tom Brady has announced his retirement. So feel free to drop any lines on what you remember Brady playing against the Dolphins and all of that good stuff. But of course, we're a Dolphins channel. We're always going to be more about the Dolphins, but it is a big day in the NFL, and he was a competitor against the Dolphins for many years. So drop us a line on what you remember from some of the Tom Brady stuff. And with no further ado, I will bring in Justin. So Justin, how are you today? I see you're rocking Zach Thomas different kind of jersey I've ever seen before. So.
Yeah, these are super unique. They dropped these way back, probably about 7 years ago. They were called Nike Fire. I'm probably one of the only ones that has something like this sitting out. I've never seen one floating around. I think I got a couple like Broncos fans, a couple of them, some Bears fans. Yeah, they're very unique. Man, I'm doing good, man. Like, honestly, as soon as me and you sat down to talk and I came into the background, you're like, yeah, did you hear the news? Brady retired. Andrew, what's up, dude? Honestly, it's kind of a surprise to me, and he's done this before, but this time I think this is going to be it. I think that's it for Brady. Like you said, it was a harmonious retirement out on a beach where, like, I bet you he was doing some reflecting. And I'm not even going to lie, Tom Brady is the same age as I am. Like, he's going to be even a little bit older, so I'm sure like me and him both right now.
Yeah.
You know, he's about done, but I'm not done yet, Tommy. I don't go out like that.
Yeah, well, you're not an NFL football player. Quite a difference.
I don't. Big difference,
I can't believe
buddy.
he played that long, man. That's crazy.
He's played forever, man. It's been since 2000, man. If you really think about that, it's really mind-boggling.
No
to play in the NFL.
No one will ever match it. No one's going to play that long.
I
can't say
so.
No one because it can happen, but it would be very many years with all the injuries that we see and being able to have that longevity playing at an NFL level. And there's only maybe quarterbacks and kickers are the only two positions that might be able to do it, So.
Right. Oh, my God. You had to bring up the kicker thing. You want to know what? This is in my head. You guys are going to hate me for this, but it's crazy. Have you guys noticed the FanDuel? We're going to give you a plug, FanDuel. They have that commercial going with him. Watch Gronkowski make the kick the field goal. And he's like, have you watched the commercial? It's really funny.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it.
You got to watch the commercial, bro, where he's like training for it. And Adam Vinatieri's like, come on, you got a leg, use it. And they're like going through all like this, like it's Rocky, like he's got this thing going, like training for it. It's hilarious, bro. Like they're plugging the hell out of this commercial, like FanDuel. They're just pounding it, dude, into the pavement. I am more interested in whether Rob Gronkowski attempts the field goal kick and makes it than I am the Super Bowl. It's crazy, but that's just me. I'm more interested.
But it's going to be at the Super Bowl. He's going to try to do a kick or something.
Yep. Supposedly he's supposed to be kicking a field goal or attempting to kick a field goal. I don't even know how long, maybe 35 yards, something like that, for FanDuel for a bet. You know what I mean? And they're going to put like $1 million on it. That's what I heard. And I heard I know they're doing it already. They're going to have odds going on it on their site. Does Rob Gronkowski make the kick? Does he miss it?
Wow.
You get what I'm saying to you now? I'm more interested whether
that
happens in the game. Oh, what a damn promo that is, bro. You bring on someone like that? Oh, my God. So FanDuel. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm interested in that, bro. I just think it's kind of crazy. They're pushing it and then like get you sucked right in as soon as you watch the commercial.
Pay to get this going on. So
Rob Gronkowski got a nice fat check, dude.
I know. Like I said, so that's funny. But no, I haven't seen the commercial. I'll go find it
Oh, dude,
after
it's
now.
so damn funny. As soon as you said kicker, I was like, oh my God, I got to talk about this just real
Well,
quick.
it's just on TV or is it an
Yeah,
internet
it's
commercial?
just on TV, dude, and they're just running it all over. If you watch
Okay, somehow
ESPN,
I missed it, or I don't pay attention
you're
during
just not paying
commercials.
attention, dude. Like tried to explain to my wife too. She's like, "No, I ain't seen it. What the hell are you talking about?" I was like, "I swear they're gonna do some sort of live bet
Yeah.
during the halftime show, I'd imagine, of the Super Bowl. So we'll see. But like the game and all, like it's gonna be a great game. I'm just intrigued to me. I'm not there. I'm sorry. Kansas City's 1-1 and the Eagles just recently 1-1. I'm not too excited about the Super Bowl, honestly. I think it's gonna be
What's your
mediocre.
early predictions?
My early predictions, I'll take
Just for the game
Kansas.
in general.
I'll take Kansas City 24-21.
Oh wow, so a real close game, so it could go either way.
I
Yeah.
think so, but I honestly think Kansas City is the better football team. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Eagles are great, man. They're loaded on defense. But man, Patty Mahomes and those guys, they're just something special out there. Like you can't compete with somebody that's just they just stretch it out on you, and you're like, well, we got him sacked this time. Like the Dolphins and Josh Allen, he sneaks out of there and makes a play, and you're like, what the hell happened? It was 3rd and 17. So things like that you really can't stop from that guy because he's just a great improviser. I did happen to stop by last night on your Real Talk Vince Talk and seen you guys had a great show going there last night. You guys are talking about all kinds of things, the offense, Tua, lots of things are talked about.
Oh, thank you.
The one thing I will give a little pushback on, I know you guys discussed this. I was hoping you would go up there and start giving a couple jabs in there, but you're comparing two different players that are like night and day between Tua and Burrow. They're two different players. They're not the same. They're not even on the same stratosphere. And as much as you think they should be, they're not because they were drafted into two different situations. Look at the situation that Joe Burrow was drafted into. They actually had a nucleus started and a coach. Yeah, he was a rookie head coach and no one knew about him yet, but he had a little bit of experience, the same way Mike McDaniels did. But did he get drafted into like a running game like they had? I'm not going to give them an offensive line because they don't really have one, but they had a running game and they already had a nucleus around them of Higgins, and then they added Chase, and they had weaponry is what I'm basically getting at. And he went into a better situation. That's just what I'm going to say from the straight up, from the ownership to the coaching staff, all the way down, trickling down. If you look at it, he went into a better spot than Tua did. I'm not going to make excuses for Tua, dog. Yeah, I'm a huge Tua fan. Love Tua Tagovailoa. I'm not going to give up on the kid the way everybody else is. Even I can't believe Evan's giving up this easy, man. I'm so surprised.
No, I don't think Evan's giving up. Evan or me or both aren't giving up. But it's just like, I mean, it's hard to argue because they were mainly talking about his availability, was if you saw. So it was like, it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue. I mean, he's not available a lot, so it's kind of
I made that comment right in the comment section. I was like, "Hey, bro, is the reason why you're coming off him because of his best abilities, his availability? I totally understand it. I'm with you there, but at the same point in time, that's every player, bro. That's every player in the NFL. This could happen to anybody. Just because it's happening to this guy, it makes it easy. Everybody likes to pick on this dude so much, bro. They just pile it on, and like when you become one of these talking heads, and like and you're like, hey, like the one read crap, it's driving me nuts, bro. It's driving me nuts to the point to where I think me and you need to do a show about it. I'll go back and pull up the tape, how everybody wants to say on it, and I'll show you where he's going through his progressions and making his reads, bro. Okay, you want me to do that? Because I can do that for you. So when you want to tell me that he's a one read quarterback, I'll show you numerous examples of why you're full of you know what. He's not a one read quarterback, bro. On that one given play, maybe he's given that specific role right there. Like, listen, we want you to make this one read over here, and that's it. You're only reading that half of the field because that's what they're trying to tell you to do because they're using a decoy on one side or other, or they got some action going on it. You don't know, I don't know. Okay, only they know that. But to sit there and say that he's a one read quarterback, bro, you know what? You want to do that? Bring me some physical evidence. Let's see it, because I don't believe you. I think you're just talking through your teeth. So that's what I got on that. And that would have been my pushback on that if I would have been on the panel, because I don't agree with it. You know, you'll come out next year and just, you know what? I have to say this. I'm not trying to pile on the dude or nothing, but this is coming out of the same dude's mouth that was like, I don't like this quarterback. He's short and small. All this crap he was talking week 1 through 3. Then about week 5 or 7, oh, Brett, you came in, made that cryptic tweet. Oh, you know what, man? I'm going to give Tua his flowers. I'm on board. Team Tua, all that crap. I remember that, bro. So, and then all of a sudden you fell off again. You're like, no, he's playing like shit. I hate this guy. So you
All
remember,
right.
you're gonna do the same damn thing next. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just being honest. This is what I would have said on the panel. Next year,
Okay.
you'll do this. He'll do the same thing next year. Watch Tua have a couple good games. He'll come on, then he'll jump back off. Dude, like, listen, you ever the sound like when you're walking on the beach, Rob, with your flip flops?
Right.
Dude, flip flops more than a pair of flip flops.
All right. We're moving on.
I'm just telling
you got it off your chest. You should feel better now. So
I feel good. I'm just not. That's how I feel about it. I just think that you'll be coming back on, and then you won't come up for air again. But I'm gonna be the one right there, like, hey, homie, you should take that jersey off.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, there's no news on the Fangio front. We're still all lingering out there, and there's like some talk saying he would even go back to Denver. Even though he just got fired by Denver because it's new ownership now, so it's different. Then some people are saying he's a good fit out in San Fran, and then some people are saying that he would still come to Miami. So we all still don't know. I've been on Twitter looking this morning to make sure before we came on there was no breaking news. So
are you searching?
You guys out there see the news, let us know.
Yeah, man, I'm on Twitter too. Have you been searching real good and looking and paying attention to the comments on there?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yes.
Because there's one dude
a lot
on
of
there
the people I was telling Steve, a lot of the people, because now Twitter has that thing on there where it's your people you're following or for you.
Yeah.
And if you don't realize you're not so I'm like it seems to default to for you. So they're trying to guess who I like. I like going to my following, but then so I'm like, man, I don't see any of the people I always used to see. So I don't know. I guess Twitter changed that recently. So you got to look up and see. I don't know if there's a way to set the default where I can always just like the people I follow.
It's got a little slider to the top, so you just pick whichever one you want to look at.
I know, but it always defaults to, hey, good morning, Lewis.
Oh, he won't, bro. He'll come out there and announce his unretirement when the 49ers when they get Vic Fangio and spurn us. But it's crazy, man, that you're bringing this up because I was on Twitter too and actually got into a spaces where I'm not allowed to speak, I guess. I got into this room like, that dude can't come up here. And I started laughing, like trolling him a little bit. Gino was in there. In that space, though, they were talking about there's particular part of this fan base that actually preys on us to lose and to fail, and they like it. There's a guy in there, I call him Potato Chip Pete. Potato Chip Pete thinks that this is going to crush the Dolphins fan base if we don't get Vic Fangio. Oh, you guys have no idea what it's going to do to the fan base. I'll be honest with you, dog. I don't agree with him. I hate people like that who are praying for us to fail. That's all they care about. They care. That's what I mean. That's all I heard him talking about in the spaces. Like, oh, this is going to crush the Dolphins fan base and Dolphins never get it right. Like, I don't understand why you're so miserable. Why are you always praying for our downfall? You're a Dolphins fan, bro. A Dolphins fan. You should want Vic Fangio too, but you're over there more taking a spin on it because once again, I'll come back to it. The people who want to play for team I'm right. I want to be right. Team I want to take a lap.
I'm going to have to get you on.
Come on.
You need your coffee there. Well, I think, no, stay away from the
Sorry,
coffee.
bro, but I'll be honest with you, dude.
I want a more positive view here.
I'm positive. I'm very positive, but I have to bring these things to light because these are problems in the community that don't need to be there. They're presented by people that you guys allow them to be there. Like I talked to Batman about him. Batman's like, bro, he's been there forever, bro. Yeah, with his 300 followers, bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, dude. I can't do it, bro. Like these people are just, they lost their mind. But honestly,
anyway,
dude,
good morning.
Like
all right, good morning, Steve. And make sure you guys follow Steve on the Fin Talk Sports Network. He's the main host of Real Talk Fins Talk every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am honored to be his guest host on that show. But make sure you give it a good follow through. And he also knows about the Brady. So anyway, guys, do you have any Brady moments that you remember against the Miami Dolphins? Drop a line, because I know I used to like it when Jason Taylor and him would go have, they would have some good battles, and Jason Taylor would get him rattled sometime back in the day. It was fun watching that stuff. I liked it. So those are the days. Do you remember any of those days when Jason Taylor used to play Justin against
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he would get in his head. He would rattle him up. I remember all kinds of Tom Brady, Tom Brady memories, but they're not really memories. If you want my honest opinion, they're more like nightmares. So that dude's given me nightmares for the last 20 some odd years
Yeah.
or whatever he's been in the league. And
Oh no, he's been great.
so, like, I know everybody's like, "Oh my God, ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead."
Yeah.
I know that everybody's probably happy he's retired, but I still don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it until he sits out for at least one full season doing an analyst job or something. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe we can win now. Maybe we can win.
Yeah.
Now. But I'll be honest with you, I've been feeling like that for a long time. So, like,
Well,
it's
Lewis, of
just
course,
something,
you're gonna have some. It's going to be a lot of. You guys are going to have a lot of smack. You're a Chiefs fan, Eagles fan, and you are going to do 2 weeks of trash talk here because there's no football to separate. Nothing to get. You guys are just going to. But I wish my Dolphins were in there and I was trash talking Eagle fan. So be happy. It's fun. It's a great time to be a Chiefs fan. If I would just love that feeling of the Dolphins again, looking forward to a Super Bowl in 2 weeks, and it'd be like all fired up. We would be going crazy here. It'd be awesome, and but hey, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of trash talk, especially Eagle. I mean, Eagle fans are known. I mean, heck, they threw batteries at Santa Claus, so Eagle fans are rough, a rough bunch.
Well, slash your face for rooting for the wrong team in their city, not just throwing D battery at you. You get your face slashed. You might get killed out there. That's how rough they are in Philadelphia over that football team. It's crazy if you ask me. It's like I compare it to international soccer because sometimes they get into some death matches over there for soccer matches, bro. Yeah, I remember that game.
He's right. Got Kansas City the #1 seed, so that we helped Kansas City that year. That's what we're always doing. We're helping other teams.
We help everybody else. You help the Broncos win the 50th anniversary to get the home field advantage, and now Kansas City. That's all we do is get assists, but we don't win them for ourselves.
I know that's what we need. So hey,
let's hope it changes soon.
Yeah, I know exactly. So yes, Lewis, the Eagles did have a weak schedule, but they're there. They blew out everyone in the playoffs that they had to face. The playoffs set up perfectly for them though, because they had a weaker Giants team that was kind of like, the Giants beat the Vikings, but they still were, the Vikings weren't all that. So it's just they got to set up against the Giants who they beat. Then you get an injured 49ers team coming in there already on their third string quarterback. He gets hurt. So yeah, the Eagles had the easiest path to the Super Bowl, which still could set up to their benefit because a lot of their starters are going to be full and ready to go because they were resting people in both of their playoff games. Is how dominant they were. It's crazy, but it worked out perfectly for the Eagles this year. So
yeah, they had a nice little run there, man. Like, I'll be honest, the game, I think the championship game was won in the first quarter. As soon as Brock Purdy got hurt, I was like, oh, it's over. That's it. They put up another as soon as like Eagles put up like 14 or 21 on you, it's going to be a rough comeback. It's rough sledding with that defense. They pin their ears back. They come after you. There's not a lot of easy yards gained out there from them. They shut down the passing lanes with the linebackers, almost like the 49ers do a little bit. They're very suffocating. They're real good. That's why they're in the Super Bowl. So I think it's crazy, but all the best teams are definitely there this season. But it's not as entertaining as I think I would like. I'd like to see someone go there who hasn't been, hasn't won a Super Bowl. That's all. I'd like to see someone win who hasn't won. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the Dolphins won one many moons ago, but yeah, I would like to see the Dolphins get there. Some new blood. But yeah, Kansas City definitely has the QB. That can
I'll be honest with you, man. I'd be more entertained in like you're gonna laugh. I'd be more entertained with a Detroit Lions and Cleveland Browns Super Bowl than I am with this one. I'm sorry, I really would. And the reason why is because none of them have won anything.
Yeah. Well, hey, how about Miami Dolphins Detroit Lions Super Bowl?
I'll take it.
Take it.
I know. Of course, we want the Dolphins in there every year, but
I know. But you couldn't say the Dolphins because everyone's going to say, of course, you're going to say that. But
if you get a new commissioner,
I'm with you because Kansas City won recently. The Eagles have won recently, so I'm with you. It's like nothing new again. But that's why you got to look at those teams and say, what are they doing that we're not doing? So especially in the Eagles situation,
Kansas City cheating better.
Kansas City, what they're doing. They were smart, moved up, got Mahomes to get one of the best quarterbacks ever to play for them. So it's kind of easy to see. But for the Eagles to get to another Super Bowl with a new head coach, a new quarterback, to be already back in the Super Bowl, that's the team you want to study and say, okay, what are they doing that we're not doing? So, start rating some of their scouts or something, because
it's kind of only obvious what they're doing if you look at their team. Look at the line of scrimmage. They believe in it how I believe in it. They believe in the line of scrimmages first. You got to fortify your front line. And that means the front line of your offensive line and the front line of your defensive line. And what do the Eagles have? Both things I just described to you, with also things to go behind it, meaning you got they're loaded at running back. Look at the running back. They got Miles Sanders. They got Kenneth Gainwell. They got that what's his name? Boston's that Scott kid. I mean, they're loaded at running back, and they like and use all three of them. They got receivers. They got Brown, the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith. They're loaded, bro. Oh, the tight end I wanted to draft instead of Mike, get out of here. Dallas Goedert. Honestly, those are the ones that I would have drafted. It starts right there, bro. If you really, I'm being straight honest.
No, of course, it's all about drafting all positions. It's all positions, but yeah, especially along the line. I agree with you, but it goes to all positions. And then you look at it, and the Eagles have the number 10 overall pick this year, and then some other pick that they hit. So they got 2 first-round picks, and they could have had, more if they wanted. But so
it's true.
It's crazy.
They're in the Super Bowl
organization that we should all strive to be.
Well, it starts right from the top, though, too. Whoever's making those picks, I don't know who their GM is exactly. It's Howie Roseman, maybe. I forgot.
Yeah, it might be.
But it starts at the ownership and trickles down to the GM and then down to the head coach. They got a great situation. Hell yeah, they do. And they're drafting correctly. They're hitting on some of the picks. They're making good free agent moves. They're making good trades. Blah, blah. They're doing it, man. They're doing the damn thing. But it all starts.
Most of their guys are self-brought in, but then they trade for AJ Brown. They just, they hit everywhere they hit.
Yeah, I'll give you the difference. The biggest difference is the Eagles won't play like the Dolphins play. They're not going to sit there and waste time with Liam Eichenberg. They're not going to sit there and waste time with Austin Jackson. Their offensive line is the best offensive line in football. The Dolphins' offensive line is not the best offensive line in football.
I have to put it nicely. I like it.
So let's just start there. I mean, honestly, and then go to the defensive side. Their defensive line's one of the better defensive lines in football. The Dolphins' defensive line's not damn too far behind. I think you're closer on the defensive line side part than you are on the offensive line side part. You're numerous players away on the offensive side part. I think you need. I love Terron Armstead. I love T. Steady, man. He's the consummate pro. But here we go again. The best availability is your availability.
Right.
You're hurt, so you got a hurt tackle, a hurt quarterback. See, I mean, it's a bad. I knew this from the beginning of the season. I just got caught up in the hype. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have, but I did because I'm a Dolphins fan and I'm gonna want the best for them every damn year. I didn't pick them to lose not one game. I'm a big homer and I just see the best in them, but they're gonna lose games. Things are gonna happen. But how you battle back through adversity is what makes them what shows. I mean, honestly, dude, I'm so proud of the team still to this point. They went up to Buffalo limping in the playoffs, gave a great showing, and almost came out of there with a wild card win. I mean, with the third stringers basically up and down the lineup. I can't really complain too much. I didn't expect us to win the Super Bowl, even though I was like, yeah, let's go, of course. But, we got to be more realistic. I think maybe next year you'll see a little bit more progress out of this team.
And Garrett, I saw those same rumors, but nothing's confirmed. I saw those same things once it was Peyton that was announced to there. I did see that, but I don't know. That's just Twitter rumors as far as I'm concerned right now. But if you find anything while we're in here, Garrett, let us know. If you find like one of the big guys saying that, like an Adam Schefter and all those guys, let us know.
That'd be awesome.
Twitter when we're trying to entertain you guys.
It's crazy, man.
If anything breaks, let us know. But yeah, as far as that, Garrett, it was rumors is what I heard. But yes, not out of the realm of possibility like everyone thought. Like, oh, no one's going to go and want to go back. No one's going to want to go back to where they were fired. But, you never know. There's a first time for everything, as they say. So, they go, oh, no one's ever gotten fired as a head coach and then go back be a coordinator so soon after. But I'm sure maybe if you go, who knows? But it's a first time for everything, as they say.
I can. He's like, I can't believe Denver gave up a first for Sean Payton. I can. I live here in Colorado. I'm surrounded by Broncos fans, and man, I knew it like week 5, week 4. I was like, this Nathaniel Hackett's an idiot, dude. They got to get this dude the hell out of here. I knew right then and there he was going to get canned, bro. And then everybody started talking to me about it, like, what's wrong with our team? I'm like, your team reminds me of the Dolphins like 2 years ago. No offensive line, can't block, can't stop the run, and their defense is actually pretty good, but they have like no team speed. And when you have no team speed, man, it's like you're stuck in mud all day. Like, I don't know about that team. I think they'll be better with Sean Payton though.
But you know what's funny about giving up that first round pick? That's the first round pick they got for us for Chubb. So they basically traded Chubb, for Payton. So, but anyway, what's funny is so Payton goes to the Broncos. They give up the first round pick that we gave to the Broncos for Chubb. But then the Dolphins get taken away from their own first round pick for tampering with Payton. So it's like the Dolphins are connected to both first round picks that went for connected to Sean Payton. It's just football is weird sometimes,
It's true. Everything you just said. I noticed you brought that up on the show last night. It's very true. Everything you just said right there, we're connected to both of them. I agreed. Lewis and Denver's ran by idiots. Walmart. Come on, bro. Seattle fleeced them, dude. I agree, dude. They got fleeced so hard. Even the players they gave up in the deal, I was like, what? Shelby? Noah Fant? I was like, damn. All those players to me, they got hosed. I mean, not just fleeced, dude. They got hosed. Seattle.
So you're telling me the Dolphins aren't the only team that misses sometimes, at least. So there is some.
Oh my God. There's lots of teams that miss, dude.
I miss T. Obviously there are, but as Dolphin fans, we normally only care.
Man, just like I got a buddy, right? He's a Bears fan, hardcore Bears fan. He's older than I am, and he's Hispanic. Come on, Bears! He's cool, but he's like, man, can you just imagine being the Bears? We're that stupid that we passed up on Patrick Mahomes twice. Yeah. So they could have drafted. I think the Dolphins honestly passed up on him too. Like the Dolphins could have drafted Patrick Mahomes as well. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know the Bears passed on him twice, bro. And if the
Dolphins didn't pass up on him, but they could have traded up. That was a pick we actually had a little after, but we could have traded up and moved up and got him. So that's why at least I don't count Mahomes as one of the misses, because we could be a traded up. Yeah, we could have also traded up for Josh Allen. We could have also traded up for whoever else you want to name. But I don't throw that under the list here. So
yes, Lewis, that's who they took was Mitchell Trubisky. Oh my Lord, I can't believe it, but they did, bro. That's who they took instead of going and getting Patrick Mahomes, and that hasn't gone too well for them right now. So those quarterbacks are very crucial, man. Very, 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 very crucial. So
we'll
see.
Yeah, we'll see. I got behind here.
So the bar has been set then, you guys, right? For everybody. The bar has been set. Tom Brady has set the bar.
Well, no one's going to get that bar really high. No one's going to get over that as far as
I wouldn't say
10 Super Bowl appearances and
I wouldn't
whatever.
Say that. I'm not going to ever say that. No, records are meant to be broken.
Yeah,
so
I know,
7 Super Bowls and 10. How many Super Bowl appearances? 10, you said?
7 victories, 10 appearances.
Oh my God, you guys, we have a problem in our game right there since 2000. Do you see this? That's half. That's half the Super Bowls he's been in. One guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a clean league, bro. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that's rigged. Man, only one dude. I remember the commissioner personally was like, "Yeah, I think we're going to keep the league rigged. It's good for it's good for football. As long as Tom Brady can play, we're going to make him play." Yeah, I remember this was like 7 years ago. I was like, "Are you serious, bro?" Here we are.
Brady had got a ton of breaks. Well, I don't know about a ton of breaks, but yeah.
Oh, I agree with Lewis. A ton of breaks, please, dude. He got basically escorted into where he is. Let's roll out the red carpet for Tommy. I mean, that's all I've seen game by game by game. He gets calls. It's like the NBA in NFL with Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just look at the dude. Those are my memories.
In case you guys know, of course, everyone knows, of course, that Brady's retired at this point. But in case you want to talk any moments, like if you remember him losing to the Dolphins a couple times or him beating the Dolphins a few times, then let us know. I remember though, like I said, Jason Taylor having some fun getting at it, and they were competitors, and that Brady has said many good things about Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas over the years, saying those were two of the most fierce competitors he's ever faced. So, I give him respect on that front that, he took time to notice. He thinks Zach should be in the Hall of Fame. He has said several
Right.
times. So I
Right.
give him kudos there. So
I'll be honest, like I'm not a big Brady fan. I'm really not. But I find his story quite intriguing and very amazing. What made me like the guy more, not the player, but I don't know, maybe the guy a little bit more was
yeah.
that special they did with the man in the arena. I sat down and watched it. I didn't watch it all, but I watched a little bit of it, and it actually made me like him as a person a little bit more. Maybe not like like the player and him kicking our
Oh, of
butts for
course.
the
I mean,
last
I don't
20
like him as a
years.
player because he's not a Dolphin. I'm just an
No,
old school,
exactly.
like I
I'm
only
like
like my
you.
Dolphin. I'm only like my Dolphin players, and that goes for anyone. That's just when they're wearing the awkward and orange, I'm their fan. When they're not wearing it, I don't watch them harm. I hope they have a great career, stay healthy, but I don't root for them. I don't care how long they can, and that goes for anyone. If Dan Marino would have left the Dolphins and go somewhere else, I would have said, "Okay, good luck, Dan. Just I'd still rooting for the Dolphins. I'm not going to go root for another team because Dan Marino went to another
Right.
team. That's how I roll. If
No.
they
Yeah.
rock the Aqua and Orange, that's my team.
I'll
And
be
that was
honest.
not
Like,
my player.
yeah, I'm the same way you are. But if Marino would have got traded to the Vikings back in the day, I'd have been rooting for the Dolphins the whole season. But like, what's going up there in Minnesota?
Yeah, I know. I would have liked if the Dolphins didn't do anything, then yeah, I would have liked to seen them, them go do okay after that. But
Well,
if it would
yeah.
have come down to Marino in the Super Bowl versus the Dolphins in the Super Bowl,
Let's go Dolphins.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
let's
dude. I'd have been rooting for the Dolphins right there
Yeah,
too.
so
So
that's what I basically, mean by that. And I don't ever mean any, like I said, it's not negative. I don't want someone to
sure.
go get hurt because they're on another team. I don't want them to have a horrible career and they look awful. I just don't, unless they
Yeah.
play the Dolphins, then I do want them to do awful. But so that's just
So
how I roll.
Lewis right there. If you look him up, he's had the top 10 defense every year. He's been to the Super Bowl. That's correct, man. And every year they've had those runs, and I watched them add those players. I was like, it's over. They're gonna win the whole thing. I knew it right then and there too. Also, he asked us right there, do you guys ever watch Skip and Shannon Undisputed? Yeah, every now and then I'll watch
What did
Shannon be
he?
like,
What did he? What did he do now? And did he say something else? I don't know.
oh, dude, that Skip dude is crazy, man.
Yeah, I know.
He's one of the most in shape though, like old man I've ever seen though. That dude is like he's in shape, man.
Well,
I'm
that's good.
surprised.
He works out. So, but
Yeah,
I
he works
guess
out.
but he does what he's supposed to do. He gets, he's media driven, so he needs to have crazy take.
Oh, dude, I know, Lewis. Trust me, it's the like one of the most disappointing things of my whole life is not seeing Marino win, man. It really was. It was so bad, bro. And then but to make it even worse, I live in Colorado and I watched the Broncos build everything around John Elway so he could win back-to-back Super Bowls and
To
then
close
right
out
off
his
into the
career.
sunset. And it was just painstaking, bro. Like
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. Much of it been
crap.
more so maybe for you because you lived out in that arena. But to me, to see
It's
Elway get
rough. It was
just
rough.
hurt. Because,
It
yeah,
was
because
rough.
everyone was saying, "Oh, Marino had a better career," but then those last two seasons, people started putting Elway over Marino because, he won, he got over the. But it was
It's
just,
rough, bro. And it was like they're like he got over the hump. No, the Broncos got over the hump and actually invested the money into winning the Super Bowl. And Wayne Huizenga dropped the ball, let Danny down, dude. They failed Danny boy, bro.
yeah.
It's rough. It's almost as like those guys you hear in the baseball that don't get rings and like the Phil Espositos or whatever those guys like the Phil Paul Coffees and guys like that. You're like, oh my god, how could this dude not get a ring? Like it's unheard of, bro. So yeah, I've cried lots of tears over this one, bro.
Yeah. Hey, and I know, me too. Now you got me distracted, Lewis, thinking about the Marino dudes. Those
Don't
were some
worry
great
about it.
years.
Those are great years, but they're over for us now.
Yeah, no, I know. They're over way too long. We haven't even gotten a quarterback since him. It's the
Oh
problem.
god.
We've had many, but it's just we haven't had that true franchise guy since him. That's how bad we are at getting. Yes, Tannehill's had some good years. Tua has shown promise, but there's still no Danny Boy that just comes in and starts kicking butt from day one. And that's what we want. It's so hard.
it's funny, man. Remember I told you I got that flat tire the other day? and I went to go change it like
Right.
yesterday, right after we got done with our show. I was like, I'm gonna take a shower, get my lazy butt out here, go change this tire. I
Yeah.
drive up there, I pull in, I like get out, and I have rocking my Aqua Merino Dolphins jersey. And the first thing the dude says to me, first thing, so what you think about Tua, bro? The first thing he says to me, dude. I was like, oh, you want to go down this road with me?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
funny.
So I told him, I was like, bro, you put a line in front of the dude. I think he's gonna shine. And the dude's dad started laughing. I'm like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, dude. This is being talked about all the way out here in Colorado still. So it's being talked about everywhere. So
Oh
it's
no, he's
crazy.
polarizing, and no, Marino never had a running game. Never really. It's just like Justin said. It was never really set up. He
Nope.
made that Super Bowl appearance basically with him, Duper, and Clayton as the trio. And of course some other players, but those were the big three that got us in there. And then unfortunately, in this day and age in the NFL, definitely that may be enough to get you a Super Bowl victory. But back then, it was still a brutal league, and people would bang you around, and you needed other running game, and you needed all that kind of stuff.
It's crazy because, like, look what the Broncos did. They added a kid out of Georgia, a running back, Terrell Davis, and they ended up winning Super. You give Marino just Terrell Davis for 5 seasons, I think we win at least 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
All he needed was a running game or a semblance of a running game, and the Dolphins would have been potent, dude. I'm talking. I remember there was talk about him going and joining the Lions and combining with Barry Sanders back in their heyday, and it just never transpired. You know, he wanted to stay a Dolphin. The Dolphins should have tried to trade for Barry Sanders. Should have been the thing. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, who knows, bro? It all just didn't go down our way, and it's, like, sometimes fate doesn't work out. It's all good. Let's move to the next one, and hopefully we hit on one of these quarterbacks. That's why you draft one every year until you get what you want, and then draft another one because you're going to need a backup.
No, I agree. I'm with you on that. And Damon mentioned it on that show last night where I was draft a quarterback and I was thinking of you because you always say that, but I've said it over the years because that used to be the Green Bay used to have that. The old general manager for Green Bay, he said, "Oh, I always just drafted a quarterback until you get one, then you draft another one in case you need another one." So it's and it's still
very true.
It's more true than ever because it's always been very vital that you have a good quarterback. I mean, that's why it's quarterback is the most known position in almost all the sports. But in this NFL, where how it's set up, you definitely need a good quarterback.
Like, it's really nuts. But the way I kind of see things is, you already know me. I'm a little bit outlandish. I'm a little bit different. So I see things a little differently than everyone else.
I reeled you in a little bit this morning. I have to keep you reeled in sometimes.
Yeah, you guys missed it. We should have saved my gone off speech for the end. But no, I was gonna say, I think that there's quarterbacks right now that they're unheard of, virtually unheard of, I should say. Some people know them like me, but a lot of the fans that they don't follow it that well. They don't know these guys, but there are quarterbacks in the league right now that are on rosters that I think could maybe be something. You don't know that because they haven't been given the chance yet. It takes time, bro, for them to come in and do these things. I mean, I hate to keep referring back to the Aaron Rodgers thing, but he sat behind Brett Favre for 3 to 4 years before he even got a chance to sniff the field.
Yeah.
I think this is a thing that it's being brushed under the rug far too often in our game, is that the quarterback position just takes time. And the more you, like, all of them, the argument is like, no, the great ones start from week 1 and they go on through and they have a good career. Yeah, that could be made too, but some cases are just different, especially the case we're sitting in.
No, there are ones that come out like Marino. We said he came out from day one and basically was the best quarterback on the team and in the league. Boom. Joe Burrow is the same way, and Justin Herbert. And that's why a couple of people, I think that's where it hurt Tua, because they see these guys balling out right away, and then Tua's here like being yanked from 1 minute to the next, like, oh, it's Fitzpatrick, oh no, it's Tua, no, and this. So then people are like, oh, what did we do? They have. So like you said, he didn't just come into the best situation. They were both there. It was rough. They both started performing well, so people didn't have that expectation for Tua right away. And then when it doesn't happen, they're throwing him to the wolves.
They'll throw him to the wolves. Like, look, one of the Hall of Fame quarterbacks, best quarterbacks ever play the game. He started every game from his career from week 1 to he ended it. His name is Peyton Manning. But go look up his career statistics and look up his touchdowns his first year. I think he threw 35 touchdowns and 35 interceptions. So I'm going to be honest with you, dude. This takes time. it takes time to grow in. Like Peyton Manning, when he first came in the league, wasn't Peyton Manning. It took some time to grow into that offense, to learn the Edgerton James, what he liked to do, that they're going to run the ball with the stretch zone, stretch right, stretch left, all that crap. Tom Brady, same damn thing. Tom Brady didn't come into this league and all of a sudden was some superstar. His first 2 years in the league, he was just kind of like trying to find his way through the league is how I seen it. And then he started to blow up, dude, after that. Then he started to become the Tom Brady you see today. So it takes time, bro. It takes time. Not just like, hey, let me throw you in these 5 different offenses and 3 different coordinators.
Peyton Manning's rookie. Peyton Manning's rookie season, he had 26 touchdowns and 28 interceptions.
See, he even threw more interceptions than touchdowns. See, I was off, but I knew it was somewhere like in that ratio, and that's bad. Yeah. Like somebody right now, if you did that
and the
right
team's record was 3-13. But then the next year they kicked it right back and they went 13-3, and he came out with 26 touchdowns, but 15 interceptions too. So still, but then years later, then he started dropping the big numbers and the interceptions started going down a little bit. So, let's see. He should be there. See, hey, that's cool. Par for the course. Right. So, yeah, exactly. So anyway, you were right. So not everyone comes out balling right away, and we know that. But what happens? Dolphin fans, we're just going to be more impatient with everything, just for the simple fact that it's been so long since the Dolphins have won. We've been patient long enough. We just want to get there. But sorry, I got sidetracked. Chiefs.
No, you're good, bro. Like, I agree. Like, I mean, Tua's number one priority, which I know he'll accomplish, is learning how to fall. Absolutely, Garrett. I think they should actually hire somebody like to take falling classes or something, like, because he definitely needs to learn how to fall, to like hold his like it's neck strength. You know what I mean? To keep your head up from falling.
I saw someone.
The back of the ground.
It's a goofball like us on Twitter, not a verified check mark or anything like that. But they were saying, to us to go to WWE school and learn how to, like how they all take the falls and whatever. So I thought that was funny.
Oh, you know what? I haven't mentioned this yet. Nick Hicks, his trainer. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I haven't mentioned this, but I should have mentioned it earlier. There are these, and I think they will make Tua wear one of these too. It's a specialized helmet, a concussion type helmet. So I want to see that definitely employed into this young man and have him protected more. I'm not. It won't be one of these things where I'm like, oh, Tua, this is an option for you. No, you're gonna wear this. That's how it's gonna go. Yeah. But I want to see him protected. I think you'll see different results if you see protection and cohesion. Obviously, we got 3 parts of the offensive line we like already. We already know what those are: T. Steady, Connor Williams, and Robert Hunt. Now you just need to add a little bit more beef to that, and people to protect him. Like, it's might not be everybody's cup of tea, but one of my favorite linemen of all time for the Dolphins was Richie Incognito, because that was one of the guys you would love to have in your back in a dark alley on a fight night.
I know. But you're right, Lewis. Going back to Lewis, the Chiefs did do it right with Patrick Mahomes. That's the ideal way to bring in a quarterback. Come on a decent team, let them learn under a decent quarterback, because they were already on a good playoff team. He just couldn't get to the next level. But Alex Smith was a decent, NFL quarterback, and he learns under a year under him. And the Chiefs knew, well, Alex Smith is a decent quarterback, but he's not a Super Bowl winning, get you to the next level quarterback. But that was perfect. So they said, 1 more year, let's go with Alex Smith. He's probably not going to get it done all the way, but we're going to have a good team. And then he's going to learn, and he's going to be on a winning culture, because they had a good record his rookie year with Alex Smith as the leader. Then the next year, it's like, all right, kid, go get it.
Yep, man. I 1000% agree with what Rob just said. He just smashed a home run. And you know what, Lewis, you were right too for bringing that up. I agree with both of you. That was the correct way to do things. What was happening here in 2020, though? We were doing that at first. We were doing that. He was sitting behind Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's where you made the mistake. That's where your mistake was with this kid from day one, is you let him play in that first year. I was the one on record saying, no, he should not play at all. Fitzpatrick is connected to Chan Gailey. Let them play. Let him sit. Okay, you rushed him into it, and look what you got out of that. We didn't do it the correct way. The Dolphins always try to do this, and they always screw it up. If you would have let him sit, I don't think we'd be going through these problems right now, man. I think he would have learned his lessons then, and then not gone through what he's gone through. Now he's like, it's like you messed up his psyche in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you messed with you broke him. You broke the quarterback. Now you got someone like Mike McDaniel over here trying to piece it back together and fix it and be like, Tua, you are good. Look at these 100 plays where you did this, and this. Dude, he was broken goods, and now Mike McDaniel's trying to fix it like Humpty Dumpty.
I know he came in with a bad hip. COVID was a big thing, so he couldn't even go to get all the proper stuff that you normally would have been doing because, COVID hit. So he wasn't able to even go to all the medical stuff they were saying. So he was just doing stuff on his own, working out because he didn't have the team of people. It's just like horrible timing. They should have just let the kid sit because he was coming off a major hip injury. He couldn't even be with the team for a while. The Dolphins couldn't even get hands-on workouts with him because it was just bad. Everything was bad.
Oh my God, bro! Do you see what you just said right there? Is like a recipe for a storm for disaster, and they let it. I don't want to cuss right there because it's your show, but it's kind of pissing me off a little bit.
Clean.
I will. They let it happen, though. They let it happen, bro. All you had to do was simply be like, listen, he's not playing this year. I don't care if you want to see your shiny new toy or not. He's not playing. Right. And I think that's why you had beef, like, everything that happened with Flo and the owner and everything. And things just, no one saw eye to eye on the situation.
Was that Lewis's comment? You were saying you can ruin a young QB doing what they did.
Now that you have this new mix in.
Justin, calling once, calling twice. Okay, he fell off. But yes, Lewis, you're right. And Garrett, you're right also on some of the things you were saying about Kenny Pickett wearing that special helmet and about him definitely learning to fall better without getting a concussion. Justin, I don't know. You're going to have to come back. I'm going to take it. All right, guys. I would use this time to say fins up. Make sure you follow and like. I would love a subscription here if you guys are new into the room. And I'm waiting for him to come back in here. Let's see. Oh, no, he's still not there. I thought I saw him pop back up in the studio, but he's still not there. So going once. All right. That's what you get on a live show. Now he's totally out of the studio. So, guys, what do you think of Tom Brady retiring? Are you guys happy he's out of the league? And do you remember him playing back in the day against the Dolphins, like some of those Jason Taylor moments and stuff? I had a photograph up here. I can't find it right now. Everything's going wrong, but it's all good. I think I'm actually going to use this time to end the broadcast because Justin is gone. There's really nothing new to talk about unless you guys have some comments or questions that you want to drop on us while we're here. If not, I'm going to use this time to bid you guys farewell. We will be on here tomorrow, but not Friday because Justin's going to be traveling on Friday. But you can join us again tomorrow. Maybe we will finally have some news on the Fangio. Let's see. No crime and losing to the ninth. Yes, that was very true. That was very true, Lewis. That was a tough game. I was hoping they would win that Super Bowl back in 1984, but it was not meant to be. And Dan Marino never bought Joe Montana that Diet Pepsi. That's a reference because they had a commercial after the Super Bowl where Joe Montana buys Dan Marino a Diet Pepsi because he was the winning quarterback, but Dan Marino says, "Joe, next year I'm buying," but next year never came for Dan Marino, unfortunately. But anyway, I think we're getting down. I was just about wrapped up because you left me in my,
My bad. I was trying to get back in and having some internet connection problems.
That's all good. And I was going to let you finish up, and I did my stuff in the background, and then you're like, "Here," and I have no more material. There's nothing really new to talk about. So
all I was going to say is like, man, Please let us get Fangio. Like, we really need something like that for cohesion over here. We need a good defensive coordinator. It's not the end all be all, you guys, if we don't get Fangio. So don't be like potato chip Pete and be like, oh, it's gonna kill the Dolphins fan base if this happens. That's not true, dude. This Dolphins fan base is a lot stronger than anybody wants to give it credit for.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we'll be fine. We'll persevere like we always do. We'll go find a different defensive coordinator if Fangio falls through.
Hey,
Don't trip.
welcome, Adam.
Don't trip.
Sorry, Justin, but
Adam,
welcome, Adam. Good to have you back in here. It's 2 days in a row. Thank you. Fins up to you too, Adam. Great
absolutely.
follower. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I said, I'm almost at the point with Fangio. I'm like, man, if he doesn't decide, let's move on. I'm like, I hate being like the little being waiting at the altar for the bride to show up. I'd be like, forget it. You know what? She doesn't want me. I don't want her either, and I'm moving on. So because I don't know if he's trying to play it for more money or just was leaked information that wasn't even true that came out. And, even though there were some of the big names that I trust that said it was, they had agreed upon a deal, but he might be having second thoughts. But do you really want that? So I don't know. I mean, I still want him, but at the same time, if you don't want a Sean Desai or there's a side, you're saying you don't want your number 2 choice coming off the market because your number 1 choice is, poking you around, trying to get either more money, saying, "Well, the 49ers rent me. Oh, the Broncos rent me." So I don't know. At some point, you just got to say, "Listen, we can't keep waiting, Vic. Tell us yes or no. We respect your decision either way. But are you coming to us or you're not?" That's what I would if I'm Stephen Ross. I'm going to say I'm not going to wait because I don't want to lose out because all these other guys are going to start coming off the market, and then you're going to hire within, and then every Dolphin fan base is going to go off the rocker. So you got to, I say, come on, man, make your decision. And, that's why I just don't know how much more you can wait,
I feel where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from totally, completely. You want to drop the hammer and you're like, is it going to be or is it not going to be? But
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not in the faction of where you're at and where everybody else is at. You guys are freaking out, and you're freaking out for all the wrong reasons because this is just part of the business. This is the way it goes.
Oh, no, I don't
People
agree.
are just
I agree with you 100%. I would want to negotiate my best money possible too. But if he is going to, you can easily tell him, listen, we're going to give you more money than any team's offering you, no matter what. I mean, if it's one more dollar, we will give you, just to show the respect, we will top any contract that any team gives you. So you just come back to us and tell them, but you can't just sit there because if Sean Desai goes off and whatever, then that's when it starts biting you in the butt if he spurns you.
But maybe they already have maybe they've already got something in place that nobody's talked about, and no one knows what's going on. Everybody's just assuming a lot of things. If they already have something in place, maybe he's just doing his due diligence to give these teams their interview. We don't know what's going on here, or he's deciding, no, the grass is greener on this side of the fence. I'm going to go over here. Screw you. That's a possibility too. I do not know, but what I'm trying to tell you is I don't think we should all be freaking out so much. Like, it's not that big of a deal. If he goes over there, he goes over there. If he comes across, great.
I agree with you to 90%. The only where it becomes a big deal if some of your other options start falling off the table and going to other teams. And then it does.
I really don't think it does because it'll be just like any other Dolphins team you've seen happen. They'll go reach and draw straws. It'll be Anthony Chappelle. If they have to, that's what they'll do, bro.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You just said it perfectly, though. They would do what they do. So it is a big deal because 23 years of not going to the playoffs, you don't want them doing the same thing, picking straws.
That's why I want Fangio, bro. That's why I want Fangio.
And I still think it's on the table. It's just if it's not, I just hope the Dolphins are still, because you haven't even seen now Dolphins connected to any more interviews. So I don't know.
No, I know, but it seems like all our eggs are in this one basket, and then it's like it stinks, man. I hate to see it, but like if we lose Fangio, do you guys feel defeated? Like, are you going to feel super defeated if we don't get Fangio?
I don't. If there's a good, like, if you tell me Sean, after I read tomorrow morning, Sean Desai signs with the Dolphins, and I'd be fine with it. Because it's a young guy, seems to probably gel with McDaniel. A lot of the same philosophy as Fangio, a cheaper version of Fangio with some experience. Probably does a lot what Fangio would do. Obviously, not the resume to back it up, but
right.
I think he would be fine. So I think that's a good fallback. But if just,
I guess I'm just like this. I guess I'm just this eternal optimistic to where it's like, even if we lost out on Fangio, we lost out on Desai, and maybe anybody else who's out there, I would feel terrible about it because we're missing our guys. But I'm not going to be like defeated to where I'm like, guess what? The season's over next year. We're
Oh,
not
no.
going to win no
But
games.
if
I'm
we
not going to do
hire
that.
Fangio, doesn't mean we're any better next year as far
Nope.
as like it's not
Nope.
going to put us in
It
the
doesn't
Super
mean
Bowl
nothing.
just because we hire Fangio. So I agree with you to that extent, but I just don't like us always. Just kind of remain Steve on the show last night on the Finn Sports Talk Network. He did bring up a fact that it kind of reminds him of like the Jeff Fisher situation where he kind of just left the Dolphins in purgatory, waiting and waiting, like, oh, I may go here, and then he chose the Rams over the Dolphins, and then we went and got Philbin. As it turned out, both guys weren't that great of hires. Fisher didn't do much for the Rams. We didn't hear, but we were just again the Dolphins. Oh, please, Jeff Fisher, please take us, and everyone was waiting for Jeff Fisher.
I remember.
So it's just the same thing over again. So I think we're all just tired of being the bride waiting for the groom to show
You're
up.
tired. You're tired of getting used, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's what that's why I think that's what people are feeling. And like you say, it's not going to make a difference. Fangio signs tomorrow. We're all going to go crazy. Oh, we got the defensive. But come the regular season, we're going to be bitching the minute he does some plan that doesn't, doesn't work out when the guy gets a 30-19 completion on us. Oh my God, what's he doing? How can you allow a 30-19? So it's just.
I feel you, man. Nobody likes to feel used. Nobody. So just remember that. Like when you go out there and slight people, no one likes that.
Every pro sport fans know. And now you can't even say pro sports anymore. College, all of them are businesses. That's why these kids hit the transfer portal because, I can get $1 million if I transfer to this school and all of this nasty stuff that's going on. So money, definitely is a big factor in all of that. And
absolutely.
Steve is too. I like that, Steve. I love you guys that stay in the hole for us, a whole show to help us out here. Thank you, Steve. But want to be used, just get me. Want to be used, just get me. I know, but that's how it feels. You just have to.
It's true.
At some point, you have to know because you don't want the others, to me, falling off the market. So
and if that's the case, I would like to see the Dolphins like you are. You're like, hey, we need to know, Vic, like how you said it right there. It sounded like an authority figure. Like when you said it, you're like, Vic, we need to know. Tell us, yes or no. Like when you said it, it sounded great because honestly, if that's the case, then just say, you know what, screw you, Vic. Sean Desai, you're the new defense coordinator, and just make your move. Then, like, I don't want to sit there and like twiddle my thumbs either. I want you just to make your move, whatever it's going to be. Go do it. That's what I want to see happen.
I would just try to get the ball in Fangio's court a little bit more and say, come on, take it out and put it in our court a little bit.
Garrett, absolutely. I really do like the two high safety D with the what did he say? The fist finger and the pounder concepts. Yes, bro. He's got some excellent defensive concepts that I am really excited because I want to use them. Me and Rob have talked about it. There's a great article on The Athletic where they talk about all the concepts he rolls into. He shows a lot of different fronts and then we'll back out of them or send them. He confuses the hell out of the line of scrimmage up front, and I like that. That's what we need. Yeah,
no, I know, Louis.
Yeah, exactly. No versus bingo.
I agree to an extent, but at the same time, man, you don't want to be like if you're on the other side of the country and he said you got to drive a car and you're at the lot, saying, oh, I really want this Corvette. And there's two perfectly one F-150s ready to go right then. But you say, oh, I want the Corvette. And you negotiate and you realize someone else takes the vet. Then you turn around, oh, I'm going to take one F-50. Then you turn around, the two F-150s are gone. And then you got to walk across the country. So, so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to take action quick. And I just don't want to be played again. I just don't want him playing us. And, desperate.
Well, maybe
because you could look at it. To me, we're desperate, just waiting for him too. So, so you could play it that way too, that we're just, oh, no, we don't even want anyone other than Fangio,
Yeah, maybe they're saying that, hey, maybe Fangio's like, hey, I'm signing with you guys. I'm going to be your new defensive coordinator, but let's go out here and have a horse and pony show. They're going to go out there and just do like I said, just make their trip still to make it look good. It's all about the optics, what you see,
it could be.
not about what you hear.
None of us know. None of us guys just doing this for fun on here. No. Even Adam Schefter doesn't know, or he'd be treating it right now, and we'd be having people come in here and say, oh, Adam Schefter just tweeted out. So none of us know. We're all just guessing.
Yep, Garrett, hell yes, bro. That's exactly why I want this defensive coordinator. He makes you think after the ball is snapped. So not only you have to go up to the line of scrimmage and identify your mics and all your pre-snap reads, but after you snap the ball, you got to make your post-snap reads. And, if they're showing you you had a motion man and they're going with the guy in motion, obviously they're in man coverage. But if they don't go with the man and he comes across and he stays still, they're in zone. So they could roll that zone though into a man coverage press look after that is what that means. And then they could also do something different with it to show you a 2 cover look and then roll it into a 4 cover look, or you could do so many different things with that system, the way he runs it. It's crazy because I like the 2 high safety, like Garrett is saying, because it makes you think so much that you could have a rover robber roll guy come up or apply an extra linebacker to that guy, be that extra safety. The extra safety is the key in that defense is what I think.
Yep. Anyway, that's perfect time right there. And yes, Steve, thank you once again for the reminder. I'm awful at promoting
Smash that like button. Hit that like button.
Like, subscribe to our channel here where we just hit 100. We're growing. We're new. It's fun talking to you guys as often as we get to talk to you. And Steve, like I said earlier, he has his own great show, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday nights on the Fins Talk Sports Network. He is the main host of Real Talk, Fins Talk. Anyway, all you guys that came in again, thank you. We try to be here as often as during the off season. We won't be here every day. We will be here for any breaking news, and then we're going to do NFL draft coverage that Justin has been working on. All kinds of great stuff. He already has he has a top 50 board, non-quarterback board that I'll be posting soon on my website. It's his top 50, but no quarterbacks on there. So you get
not
that.
Yet.
Not yet. He's going to do his quarterback, but he hasn't graded all the quarterbacks. So he does have 50 prospects graded at this time that I will have on there. So it's good. He's done a lot of work. So kudos to you, Justin. And make sure to follow him on Twitter at JPF Scout. He can give you all kinds of stuff. He has jerseys too. If you ever want to buy a jersey, no matter what team like, whatever sport,
absolutely,
he can hook you up. That's a special jersey he's wearing today of Zach Thomas. So
yes, sir.
He has all kinds of stuff going on. Anyway, guys, as always, fins up. And as my buddy Steve would say, Dolphins #1. And hopefully 1 year it's really true. Thank you, Garrett. We love you guys too, man. We love all you guys,
Garrett.
man. It's great coming in here. So fins up to all you guys. And Justin, any final words as I find fade out song here?
We love having you guys come and take part in the comment section. Honestly, we would love to have you guys be part of the show more. If you want to come in and get more interactive, share your thoughts and opinions with us, we'll drop the link in the comment section. Garrett, we'd love to have you come on. All of you guys, man. Anybody wants to come on and talk Dolphins with us, that's why we're here. We want to have our coffee, talk Dolphins football with you. Just, shoot the shit, talk football.
Don't worry. Man. You don't want to be mean, Garrett. Don't worry. It's all fun and games when we say the love word and all of it. Just you guys are the best, man. You guys are awesome.
You guys awesome. You guys rock, man. Dolphins fans kill it, bro.
Yeah. All right, guys. Justin, as always, it's great. I told him when you were out there for a minute that you won't be here tomorrow. Friday we will not do a show.
Yeah, Friday we're gonna take that. Yep. I'm gonna be out of town.
Yeah. So it's all good, but we will be here tomorrow, guys. So fins up.
That's right.
Rock on.
All right, we'll see you guys.